Thaddeus gets branded. Maximus reveals he's Maximus, and like Titus, Thaddeus tells him the Brotherhood is going to kill him.
They're going to kill you.
Well, that might mean they don't have to find out.
Come to what now?
Well, that might mean they don't have to find out.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
Well, maybe if he lies and always stays in the armor, but we know in episode 1 the knights remove their armor and put it in a hangar. This is not Fallout 4. You can't just collect fusion cores all day. He's part of an organization. Originally, his plan was to return with the target.
They'll kill you for this.
Not if I bring back the target.
So what happened to that plan? Now it's stay in the armor and no one will find out? Remember the 3 steps of the pledge? Protect the Brotherhood, protect the mission, protect Knight Titus. Let's neglect the obvious overlap of 1 and 3. So the mission trumps protecting Knight Titus. Thus, Maximus thought Titus wasn't worth it. Titus treated him like crap. Okay, makes sense. So the Brotherhood shouldn't have much of a problem with his decision, since he protected the mission and amazingly succeeded in it. He could even lie about Titus's specific death. But instead, Maximus decides to kill Thaddeus. Instead of negotiating or doing anything else, when all they have to do is tell the Brotherhood a simple story that Titus died in battle, since somehow this mission could change the fate of the world,
Whoever gets the target will control the wasteland.
they might actually be a bit forgiving considering only 1 knight died. But why is Maximus acting this way? How is this a brotherhood? What kind of camaraderie and responsibility are they teaching these new recruits? Is forgiveness and a lack of numbers not a vital part of a supposedly religious order? Originally, I thought Maximus was an opportunist, but that requires an ego in seeing what's best for that ego, like delegating or figuring stuff out. But now he's just a murderous idiot. He then shatters Thaddeus' foot by stepping on it. Thaddeus just happens to have a key for removing the Fallout 4 armor fusion core, which I think is a lore addition. Anyway, he pulls it out. He's pretty nimble for having a shattered foot.
Get off me!
And instead of Maximus being ejected from the armor, he's now stuck in it, which is another lore change. Thaddeus then somehow limps off with the head, and the dog follows. Time passes and it's morning, and before being eaten by rad roaches, Lucy pops up, kills a few of them, and starts talking. It's assumed she's here because she's tracking Ringo Bingo's head with her Pip-Boy. But wouldn't Thaddeus and the head have left several hours ago? Why would she come here? This seems to be under a bridge of some kind, so it would have multiple entry points, implying the head would be in another location, and her path to the head wouldn't line up with this. But okay, let's assume this location is a linear path and has 2 points of entry and is, I don't know, surrounded by impassable mountains, implying Lucy would have to come by this spot, then exit it on her direct path to Thaddeus, and he would have entered and exited this location along the same path Lucy is following. This could have easily been solved by a 5-second scene of Lucy looking at her Pip-Boy with a bunch of dots in a line leading to the head and simply intersecting at this point. But unfortunately, Thaddeus exits the same entrance that Lucy enters, which means Lucy would never have come here in the first place, which means the only reason for her to come to this point was because the story needed her to. What a coincidence. Lucy doesn't trust him. She throws up, which Maximus concludes is radiation sickness. Okay, that's probable, but it could be anything. Either way, they make a deal, and Lucy passes out. Then there's some pointless scene with Vault 33, and then Lucy and Maximus strike a deal to get the head back with Lucy's tracker. In exchange, the Brotherhood go help rescue her dad. Not that it's plausible or necessary, since Maximus just has to go back to the Brotherhood and has no authority to making organized strike teams, but hey, we need the main characters to do things together, and luckily Lucy is naive, and Maximus is as dumb as the scene needs him to be. Vault 33 people vote on a new overseer. Lucy and Maximus talk. Norm discovers all overseers elected in Vault 33 come from Vault 31 despite the vote count just happening, or has just happened. It was a paper ballot, so did that get put into the database somehow, or was this vote rigging prior?
Betty Pearson has been elected Vault Overseer.
I'm not clear on what's happened. Also, why would the background of who was voted in show it connected to being a transfer of personnel? That's a very specific database query. Maybe Norm knows how to make left joins in SQL? Is all of Vault Tech consoles made and programmed in COBOL? That would make a lot of sense. Again, more Jell-O cake, even though there's 2 months left of clean water.
The water chip is destroyed. The vault only has enough water to keep our population alive for 2 months.
Lucy has put her jacket back on and took off her shoulder pad to now go over the jacket. Seems a bit complicated piece of clothing there for whatever reason. She has a shoulder pad that doesn't fit in a place where you get shot by bullets and die. If this was an ongoing joke or a security blanket for her, like it was in memory of her mom or dad, well, that's never explained. It's just a thing she found last episode and is magically going over her jacket now that some producer said, yeah, I like this, go with it. In a tense scene, Lucy and Maximus encounter 2 people on a bridge, which Maximus kills them with Lucy's gun and gets shot in the arm. Somehow this guy falls off the bridge. How far did he have to be pushed? How powerful is the caliber of the gun? I don't care. They have to pay a stuntman for doing something, whatever. Maximus then deduces they're fiends because one of them has a knife in their jacket. He then explains fiends eat people.
It's people who eat people.
But Lucy knows that the ghoul also eats people, so does that make the ghoul a fiend? So how does carrying a knife around make you a fiend? I mean, is Plato a chicken? Oh, is that how logic works? Steph takes a shower. Then we get Shady Sands and the flashback that Maximus is from there. It's implied the capital of the NCR is Toast, just because. You think there'd be remnants in Philly, or NCR outposts, or rangers running around, but no, just Shady Sands got blown up. Because you think after a Gek and Mr. House's lasers that the NCR would have had some kind of bomb deterrent, but it just got blown up.
You remember how it ended? Yeah, everything at the end blowed up. Blowed up good. Blowed up real good. Yeah.
Lucy and Maximus go to a medical building because Maximus is getting woozy, and no one for the past 200 years has ever cleaned this place out. No, we can't use video game logic. This is a live adaptation. But either way, Maximus gets gassed in a trap room and falls down a trap door. The Vault 33 people enter the remade Vault 32. In just 24 hours, we have to guess, the Vault 31 guys cleaned this place up? That's incredible. It implies that something nefarious is going on, as there was plenty of years for Vault 32 to be fixed. Norm discovers his mother's Pip-Boy was buried with her because Overseer Betty said so, which implies she's lying, or someone dug up Norm's mom to enter Vault 32 from outside. So was she buried outside the vaults? They also state,
some of us will stay home to rebuild 33. Others will be moving into Vault 32 in the coming week.
But what about the water chip issue?
The vault only has enough water to keep our population alive for 2 months.
Did Vault 31 solve that problem with Vault 33? Why are we still making Jell-O cake? Did everyone forget that they're running out of water in 2 months? Does Vault 32 have a working water chip? If so, can Vault 33 get one? It's kind of important to know these things outside of fresh coats of paint if you can't drink anything. Lucy and Maximus wake up A-OK on gurneys. It's implied Lucy also fell down this trapdoor before Maximus into a room that says caution falling objects. There's no safety net, there's no cushion, just this is the room that they fell into. How? Now, if this is the room they fell down, this is probably not the safest place to put people on gurneys after medical attention, but whatever. I don't understand what's going on anymore. Turns out they're in another massive, fully functioning vault. Why would a vault have trapped room doors with anesthetic gas for curious explorers? Maybe something nefarious. Why are all these vaults close to or in Shady Sands? What is going on? But either way, aren't they lucky? How convenient for them.